And TNA,
Hold on a sec.
they're not.
What? T minus 5, 4, 3.
This looks so. Looking at the audio file as it's recording, this looks so hilarious. It's just a big blue wave.
Excuse me while I kiss the blue skies.
But yeah, TNA they're not getting it. They're not pulling any money in whatsoever. So of course everyone's jumping ship to Global Force because at least Global Force is doing actual shows. And you and me actually
in ballparks,
which is better than nothing. And
absolutely,
you and me were discussing before the show when we were doing our prep. Yes, we actually did prep this, folks. If you made it this far, believe it or not, we actually did go through what we were going to talk about. And
the only time I admit to doing prep is whenever I'm about to have relations with a lady. Tell her, hey, all I want you to do is get your pants off, your tits out, and get on your knees. That was terrible.
That was very terrible.
Holy shit! What? I actually fucking stopped the show for that. I need better pot.
I could probably edit that.
Don't edit it. No, I don't mind fucking people knowing I crash. I can't win all the time. Fuck all of you. I can't win.
We were actually discussing this Global Force since they're signing people and trying to make an actual roster. Who would we want on the Global Force roster? And thinking of all the people they're bringing in, we unanimously agreed there's only one person that Global Force Wrestling needs. And who is that person, Ed?
Psycho Sid.
Exactly. Global Force, Jeff Jarrett.
Sid. We need Sid.
Global Force Wrestling, you need Sid Vicious on the roster. And you need to make a stable with Scott. It needs to be Scott Steiner, Sid Vicious, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Just because. And their whole thing needs to be them just beating up cruiserweights. I want to see Sid Vicious powerbomb the Young Bucks over and over and over.
As much as we could possibly see Sid powerbomb everyone, I want there to be that moment. And I'd see that would be the greatest television moment in maybe TNA history. If they had the run-ins with Global Force and TNA, and they do the big giant brawl in the middle of the ring, to set up this invasion angle, and then out comes Sid, and you hear the psycho music, that whole thing, and he's coming out and he's fucking doing the fist bump and I am the Miller, I am the man. Oh my god! And then he comes out and he just starts and then he walks in, he gets into the ring, and you just hear the crowd erupt because it's Sid. And then he looks at everybody, and then Rockstar Spud is the first guy to punch Sid. And he just looks at him. And then he just kicks him and then power bombs him through the ring.
Literally through the ring.
And that's how you end the night. And that's how you end the show. Seeing massive Sid with these two factions just broken off from each other but scared shitless, and a big hole in the middle of the ring where Rockstar Spud landed.
By the way, Jeff Jarrett or anyone from Global Force Wrestling, if you happen to hear this, which we hope you certainly do, we are available for our creative services. You can contact us individually or together. It doesn't matter.
Eddie Brock Twitter @gmail.com. All bookings will be taken.
And you can
Please book me.
Contact me on Twitter at JosephDavis_NYC. Just direct message me or whatever. I'll get it. Or just tweet me or whatever. But, yeah. The one person Global Force needs for this all to come together is Sid Vicious. He just needs to come out, be, I am the man who rules the world! Fist bumping dudes, and then he just power bombs people, and that's it. That's all we want to see. We just want to see Sid power bombing people.
That's it.
I don't want to see, corkscrew whatever. I just want to see Sid fist bumping dudes and power bombing them.
Yep. Because that's like the draw of that's really the only draw that the WWE really has is Brock Lesnar. He's like the only one that really where people pay attention. They really, really get to it. And I want to get to that later. I want to get to this whole we're going to beat up Brock Lesnar in the middle of the ring and have him laid out so I can feel sorry for an injured beast that I know can literally rip the head off of every single person in that ring that night. But I digress. The WWE has something like Brock Lesnar. And they bring him out every once in a while, but that's what TNA needs. TNA needs something like Brock Lesnar, And the only person really to have the intensity that Brock Lesnar brings is somebody like Sid. And I think it should be Sid. Because Sid is amazing. Sid's the only person I know that can still get over just being Sid. Just, I am the ruler of the world, and then fist bumping, and that's all you need.
And for you people, and for everyone who doubts us, just watch old Sid matches from, like, say, like NWA, WCW from the early 90s, the beginning of the 90s.
Watch all those matches. Watch all those matches before his leg was crushed.
Just look at all those old matches when he first debuted in WCW or when he was in the Horsemen. The crowd was solidly Sid. They just wanted to see him murder people. That's all pro wrestling is at its heart. We don't want work rate. We just want to see dudes kill people.
Right. Really large dudes kill the hell out of people. Like, it's not. Maybe in the middle of the card, I want some work rate.
Yeah. Maybe
at the beginning of the card, I want some flips. But at the end of the night, I want to see a powerbomb through a fucking ring. And the only person I know that can do a powerbomb through a ring is Sid.
And not to hate on poor Rockstar Spud. I love Rockstar Spud, but if there's anyone who would, make the perfect guy to get powerbombed through the ring, it would be Rockstar Spud.
Right. So, there we go. We just saved TNA. Dixie, we want to save TNA? Hire Sid. But pay him, please. We need him to get paid.
Also hire... you know what? Matter of fact, Global Force or TNA, our services are first come, first serve. So whoever wants us, takes us, gets us. So
don't ever say first come, first serve when negotiating with TNA, because then you're fucked.
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
They can promise you a paycheck, and that doesn't mean they're going to give it to you.
Well, TNA's problem has never been even with their horrible creative, TNA's problem has been and always will be marketing. So as long as Global Force knows how to promote a show and get people to show up, they've already beaten TNA.
Right. Exactly.